A Florida judge sentenced a teenager with autism to 5 years in prison for attacking a teacher's aide at his school. Surveillance video shows the teenager shoving the woman to the floor and punching and kicking her after she took his video game. Because he was 17 years old during the attack, the judge had the option of sending him to a juvenile facility or to a group home, but instead he chose to send him to prison. The boy mother told the judge,
Oh wow. So a Florida student, I'm gonna look up the original clip to this. So there's gotta be a news article. There's gotta be a news clip on this. And there's gotta be a story behind this. So I'm definitely about to look onto this. This got uploaded 8-8. So this was this month. That judge needs to be called out on this. See, man, judges, man, I be telling y'all about these judges, man. The justice system ain't shit a lot of the time, and it's because we don't go out there, we don't vote for the DAs and the judges. You can vote for them, but see, people, man, they so focused on this presidential election that they don't focus on the one that's every 2 years. There's an election every 4 years. That's the presidential election. Then there is the election for the mayors, the senators, the governors, the DAs, the commissioners, and much more. That's every 2 years. The legislators we got to go and vote for. But y'all, I don't know. I don't know what the people. I don't know what we the people is thinking about here in the United States, man. Me, I'm doing what I got to do. But I be talking about this a lot. See, my child was my son had a similar situation, but his was a little different. He was getting bullied, right? But it seems like this kid right here, even though he was 17, he didn't really have the proper resources because he should have had some type of mobile therapist wraparound services with him, especially in the school, especially if he has autism. And for it being his first offense, the judge threw him in jail. And this is why I say I keep fighting. Like, man, the people here in the US, man, people out here is tripping, man. I'm telling you, man. I would love to look. I would love to visit out of the United States to see what different places is like, for real, for real. Just venture out. Let me hold on one second. I'm just trying to get the link to my petition so that I could put it in the chat. So if you are in the United States and you live in anywhere where you have a zip code, you are able to sign this petition. If you're not in the United States, you don't have a zip code, you cannot sign the petition. But if you are able to sign this, and we can get cameras into our schools in each and every one of our classrooms in each and every one of the schools worldwide, nationwide. Get more security, deeper backgrounds into these teachers, into the staff in our schools. So basically, in order for a shorty to get these cameras in there, she's going to need signatures from a lot of people. Basically, it's just support. That's all a shorty is asking for, support. I mean, it doesn't cost you nothing, just your signature on a piece of paper, letting them know that you support a shorty on what she is trying to do, trying to get cameras into these schools, deeper backgrounds on these teachers, counselors, principals, security guards, more security into the schools, so that we can figure out what's going on with our kids. If the situation happens between a staff and a child, or a child, between the staff and a student, or a student on student, but at least we'll be able to find out and figure out why it happened, when it happened, where it occurred. Like this is getting out of pocket, man. A lot of kids are losing their lives in these schools. Teachers are doing what they're not supposed to be doing with students in these schools. Like, but this teacher right here, shout out to this teacher, man, because it seemed like, I don't know, it look like this could be the mom. I'm not sure, but shout out to the teachers
a
that could deal
Florida
with
judge.
kids with schizophrenia. I mean schizophrenia with autism. I'm so sorry. I've been talking about a lot of different types of mental health this week, so I do apologize if I get a little mixed up.
A Florida judge sentenced a teenager with autism to 5 years in prison for attacking a teacher's aide at his school.
Okay, it's the same
Surveillance video shows the teenager shoving the woman to the floor and punching and kicking her after she took his video game. Because he was 17 years old during the attack, the judge had the option of sending him to a juvenile facility or to a group home, but instead he chose to send him to prison. The
Hmm.
boy mother told the judge, "Please let him come home with me. I promise I will watch over him and I will follow his treatment plan." An expert witness also spoke on.
See, it seems like his treatment plan wasn't even being followed either. So I don't just blame him. I blame the school. I don't know if the mom is to blame or not. I mean, I don't know. But it seems like he wasn't they wasn't following his treatment plan accordingly. And that's what they was trying to do with my son. And I wish I could have beat the justice system all the way, but I did enough to get my son some justice. I didn't get him all the justice I wanted because he's still adjudicated. About to be 18 and adjudicated. He's been adjudicated since he was 11 years old, which means that if he gets in any little problem, they arrest him. It doesn't matter where he's at. It doesn't matter if he's in a different state other than Philadelphia. A different city other than Philadelphia. Like, this school really ruined my son's life because he could be defending himself anywhere else. And if a police officer decides to say, "You're the one that's going to get arrested right now until you're proven innocent," my son is screwed. He's screwed. Because it's until you're proven innocent, but if they decide to fuck him over because of what he has as a background, he's screwed. We all know how the justice system is. We know how the police departments are. And if you haven't caught up yet, guess what? The police department is full of gangs, just like these streets are. So wake up.
the behalf of the boy and said, "The attack was a manifestation of his autism disorder, which
Mm-hmm.
is different from being intentional." Ultimately, the judge said, "I've considered his age and his mental health."
It seems like he was addicted to these games, but you also got to be careful with that, right? Because when you notice that your child is really addicted to them electronics, you have to try to ease him off of them. Like, I try to do that with my son, but the school made it hard on me because the school, was so focused. He had a good IQ. His IQ was, he had a real high IQ, but his future, this, what future does my son has if he's not here tomorrow? And that's the one question that I ask a lot of people, right? And then principals, teachers, and a lot of people say this stuff and they teach you this stuff, right? But they got, how can I say it? They hypocrites that, to the point that they don't notice that they contradict themselves all the time. The hypocrisy is real between a lot of people, yo, amongst a lot of people, yo. Common sense ain't common sense no more, man. Logic ain't logic anymore. Because you could tell that this boy, even though he was 17, he's in the spectrum. He needed the right resources. And for his first offense, you sent him to jail? Not a program, nothing like that. Jail. This is why us parents need to get up. We need to unite. Listen, man. United, we conquer. Divided, we crumble. Blessings, blessings, Kelly. Welcome to the chat. She says stupidity reigns supreme. I mean, shit, yeah. Blessings, Miss April Showers. Blessings, how you doing? Shout out to Miss April Showers. Make sure y'all go check out Miss April Showers show. She is a woman here on YouTube. She's, I consider her one of my elders. Deserves a lot of respect, a lot of respect. Um, she fights for our kids. She speaks on the school system and a lot of different topics. So make sure y'all go check out Miss April Showers, guys.
But due to his senseless extreme violence, I'm going to sentence him as an adult because I have no reason to believe that the juvenile system will help him. Listen, you have an expert witness who testifies before the courtroom and says this attack was not intentional. It's just a spectrum of his autism.
That's a
And you
fact.
have a judge who's not an expert. Just disregard that. See, they pick and choose who's allowed to use certain
Charger
excuses
box?
when they get in trouble. And a lot of times, when the person in trouble look like this boy right
Plugged
here,
in.
is zero tolerance. It's
Be
time to
careful you
be
don't
tough
disconnect
on
me.
crime. Hear me out,
Raheem,
y'all.
don't mess it
The
up.
judge that made this call to send this boy to prison, this is not his attitude towards everybody that come inside of his courtroom. And because of that, we the people need to start removing judges like this from
Facts.
their seat.
But the only way we can remove these judges, guys, if y'all go to those meetings, if y'all go vote, y'all could put in judges into office. Y'all could put in mayors, senators, governors. Y'all could vote them in. DAs, all that can get voted in. But since y'all don't go and do that, guess what we're stuck with? These judges that don't give a fuck about people in the urban community. They don't care about us down here. They don't care.
Judges are voted in by who? We the people. And when we the people start seeing stuff like this going on, it's time to come together and appoint somebody else who can understand the needs of the people.
That's a fact. I don't know, you know what I don't know what county you're from. I don't know what city, what state you're from, right? But stop worrying about the president. Start worrying more about the local, right? Start worrying more local. I'm from Philly. So over here, we gotta make sure we vote in the right mayors, the right lawyers, the right governors, and even here, I noticed that a lot of people don't go in there and do them votes. It's every 2 years. The presidential election, I mean, the presidential votes is every 4 years. But people want to focus on that and forget about what matters in their community. President's job is to sit here and protect and fight for the state. Mayor, governors, senators, DAs, their jobs is to do local. So why are we I mean, I know we should care about who's in office, right? I know that part. But guess what? Your vote really doesn't matter. It doesn't. They already know who's going to be president. But you know what? Let me not offend somebody and let's move on to the next topic. Let us shorty know what y'all think about the Florida student with autism sentenced to 5 years in prison after attacking teacher's aide. This is crazy, man. I'm gonna look for the original. I'm gonna look for the article and the clip, and we're gonna do a live on this. So just stay tuned. If you're not subbed up, make sure you subbed up because I do not schedule lives like that.